All right, I am doing some quality tests here, streaming from Intel Arc. For those of you tuning in, I may not be fully attentive the whole time as I'm pulling stuff up real quick, but hey. This is on the Arc A770. We're at 1440p 66 megabits per second. I'm just pulling the stream up on this other computer so I can see what it looks like. All right, I am doing some quality test. Don't need to hear myself. Obviously, it's gonna. There we go. YouTube stream delay is something. Honestly, that doesn't look bad given, like, there's no major blocking that I can see on my other PC. It may be a little blurry, but for 6 megs? Like, what? That's wild. Okay. We'll probably play around with some different bit rates. We'll get into an actual match in a sec. I just wanted to make sure I could actually run the game first.
Here we go.
Run the game while streaming, that is. Alright, I think it's working, so we can join up. I don't have any, like, crazy alerts or anything. Like I said, just testing. Might as well tweet it out. Not that I super care if anyone joins, but hey. Alright, we'll do Lone Wolves. That's fine. I think everything's working. Huzzah! Oh, that's a new one. Unsupported code. It's working, though. If anyone does pop in chat, let me know how the frame rate is. That's what I'm, I think, most worried about at the moment here. Ah, you've ruined my sneaky sneaks. Alright. I'm not used to this mouse, by the way. Not to make excuses, but you know. Oh, it does look like the frame rate's stuttering over there. Hold on. Oh, that was just when I was in another window. Alright, so it's not looking super clean at 6 megs. We're gonna leave it for a tiny bit at 6 megs just to give me enough quality sample to talk about what I need to talk about. And then we will switch to a slightly higher bit rate. I just kind of want to increase it as YouTube will allow me until the point where I think it's fine. Really? My melee didn't count? Alright. Matt, don't say anything. Smooth so far. Good to hear. This new map has so many skill jumps that I feel are not necessary to cram into one map. And you're so exposed everywhere. Really? Really? Two of them?
Power items incoming.
Ah. No! Smooth with some small audio stutter? Interesting. Okay. See, the problem is, in testing this, I don't know if I titled it correctly. I'm testing the stream on an ARC A770. So I am at 1440p 144. I'm pushing the limits of what the card can do gaming alone, nevertheless. Gaming while streaming. And so it's hard to judge the smoothness of the stream for reasons that I can't entirely declare on the stream side versus what is just stutter from the ARC card trying to keep up. I am impressed with how it's handling it, so this is much better than most people like give ARC credit for, and I think that's worth. Since I can't monitor too closely, how's the video quality? Anyone watching at 1440p 60? What's the perceptible video quality compared to what you'd expect like a Twitch stream to look at or something? But you got to be watching at 1440p for me to really care because of how YouTube transcoding works. So. Oh, I thought there was a pocket, a doorway. Nice. LOL. No, the grenades! I'm not doing too bad for only like half paying attention. Can confirm there are audio stutter oddities, potentially under overflows. Sound super infrequent though. It might just be, I have VSTs added in Wavelink. It may just not be able to keep up with the VSTs. Let me check my task manager here. Yeah, I'm at 80. I'm on an i5 2600 or 12600K, so it's like bouncing between 50 and 80% CPU usage. So the VSTs are probably having a little trouble. Especially I can turn off while my AC's off. I guess I can turn off the Elgato noise removal VST for now. Maybe that'll help a little bit. See if that helps any, or if it's just too obnoxious to listen to now. Seems pretty crisp, only noticeable image compression around the webcam elements, which makes sense because it's so dark. I don't have a key light on this setup, it's over here. I guess I can turn my LifeX to white. Desk, white. $5,600K. That'll at least help with some of the color impact. Honestly, it looked pretty good at 1080p. Switched over to 1440p and doesn't look much different. Red text, everything else seems fine. That is sick. What's up, Gamer Jolie? So I said this before people joined. This is at 6 megabits per second. Let me know if it's too obnoxious without the noise removal and I can turn it back on. Almost said news removal again. This is 1440p 60 at 6 megs per second. Like, you know, Twitch bit rates. Freaking wild. Maybe I do this whole stream at this and then I make a new one with a separate... No, I just need to like put up a text slide or something so I make it very clear when I increase the bit rate. Yeah, I'm gonna... Let me make a scene. New scene. Text. Increasing to 8 Mbps. And then I change the settings. Output 8, which is still within Twitch range. Alright, now I have upped it to 8 megs per second. YouTube may kind of freak out for a sec, but it should be fine. Sit down! The freaking the rate of fire on that sniper is so slow. Man, the YouTube delay is so long. I put it on I didn't know how low latency would handle with what I am testing. So I put it on normal latency, which is slow, as everyone knows. Can you change the settings on the fly? Bitrate, yes. Every once in a while, like that doesn't work, but bitrate can be changed on the fly. I remember when I was doing some testing for like the 8700K, I think, for Intel, I thought you could change CPU presets for X264 on the fly because in OBS it at least at the time let you do it. But what I didn't know is that pretty much all of the settings that are affected by those presets don't actually change when you change them while you're streaming. And so I was sitting there streaming like Assassin's Creed Odyssey or whatever at the time, and I was like, wow, we're getting all the way down to X264 slower, and it's not a problem. And then I find that out, and I'm like, I'm an idiot. Still getting used to the DMR. Normal, I think, is 30 seconds delay. Yeah, that's just insane. That's what it looks like when I look over here. Like, it's way... I don't think I can change latency on the fly, though, so... But it's fine. My next stream, I can test how it handles low latency modes. Really? Those didn't connect? I wouldn't know you changed the bitrate unless you said it. Well, that's good to know. Like, that may tell me that for what I am testing, 6 megs is as high as you need to go for 1440p. That is fascinating. And like, it at least looks as good as you'd expect like a Twitch stream to look, right? I don't know if it looks better, but like, especially considering we're at the higher res, it looks perfectly clear. Not perfect, you know, I'm missing the sharpness and the brightness that I have on my monitor, but over here, like, unless I punch in, like, I don't see any obvious macro blocking. Of course, it's delivering at VP9. So VP9 tends to... Oh, audio's crackling for me there. VP9 I'm going to turn my headphones down. VP9 tends to kind of smooth things over more than, like, AVC did anyway. Yeah, it's looking pretty good in my preview. All right, I'm going to let... Oh, okay. I'm going to get into this... I haven't been recording my copy of the stream. That blows. I mean, I have the YouTube VOD. That's all I really care about, but I wanted a recording. Yeah, that's fascinating. Okay, I'm going to get into this map, and when this map loads in and I get some 8 megs footage on this, we will up it to 12. And see if that makes any difference. Obviously, yeah, like you said, side-by-sides might make a difference, but we don't... Does that matter? I'm trying to squeeze the best possible stream quality out of the lowest bitrate here. I wish I could try 4K right now, but I'm not even gaming at 4K. It shouldn't matter because I can upscale it, but I don't think you can change resolutions on the same YouTube stream event. Like, it causes some weird, funky issues. Like, it just doesn't pick back up from what I can tell. Or either if it does, you, the viewer, do not get the higher res option because it already... Well, and my stream key is actually formatted for 1440p. I forgot about that. Near perfect for sure, minimal blocking. Whew! That is sick. All right. We're gonna run this a little bit, and then after another kill or two, I will try 12 megs just to see if it fixes any magical anomalies. This is awesome. And again, for those just joining, this is on ARC. Intel's encoders these days are phenomenal. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna switch it to 12, so I'm gonna put my text up. Gotta change it. I know I have no professional layout because this is my test bench that I just got from Corsair. Switching to 12 megs. Output 12,000 kilobits per second. Back to the game. By the way, I know I'm testing on Arc right now. I have a full all AMD rig coming soon from AMD that I'm going to be doing like a 30-day challenge for or something. Haven't fully lined out the details yet, but that is the plan. And I could not be more stoked, especially because I am actually having a lot of issues with Threadripper right now in terms of audio latency and things like that for making videos. And so I'm hoping it'll be like a 7950X and then the 7900XTX or whatever. And so I'm very excited to put that to work for videos. All right, we are at 12 megs per second now. All this gameplay is at 12. Honestly, glancing over at my preview at least, in my stream copy running on another computer, I can't see any difference. I'm obviously not pixel peeping and stuff, so y'all can let me know what you think. I am not seeing a major difference. Something I'd love to be able to do, given YouTube's crazy high bitrate, like you can send up to 50 megs or whatever to YouTube for streaming. I'd love to be able to set up some sort of CQP profile that I could just feed to YouTube instead of even doing CBR in the first place, because CBR gets kind of funky in quality targeting to begin with, and it doesn't even work fully properly from what I can tell on Arc. You end up with, like, it is very VBR from what I can tell. Anyway, that being said, CQP tends to be pretty broken on Arc, so maybe that's not the way to go. All right, we're at 12. Anybody think it looks significantly different? Like, would you even know that I changed it from when you first started watching the stream? Overall image looks slightly sharper, nothing too noticeable. Perfect. That is fascinating. Okay. And that's generally been... Actually, no, that counters my rule. So... Oh, my Chrome extension's forcing it to 1080p. Darn! Switch it up! What's up, Hunter? Well, you missed the quality comparison, so I don't know if you... Just tell me what you think the stream looks like. Anyway, what I was saying, my typical advice was, of course, to stream the highest bitrate you can to Twitch, which will be 8, and then feed literally all the bitrate you can to YouTube, because that's what it's needed. But with the changes I'm testing, you effectively can just stream 6 megs per Twitch or to YouTube and not have to worry about anything, which is freaking insane. Like, especially for people with slower internet connections. That's always been the issue when I recommend streaming higher bit rates, is the people that don't have bigger internet connections, they're not, like, they're getting worse quality than they would on Twitch. This is not the case. So this is fascinating. I would imagine it's a little, like, it's probably, those extra bits are probably going to my face cam setup. Overkill! It did not register it, but that was an overkill. Well, this is YouTube Hunter, so you wouldn't even notice if I was using NVENC. Like, this is filtered through YouTube's transcoding. Alright, I'm gonna drop it back down to 6 in a sec. That was an overkill. It didn't give me the medal for it, but that was 100% an overkill. Looks like something is broken in my Arch install because 1440p VP9 is making my machine chug. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, we're gonna drop it back down to 6 megs now. Obviously, you gotta wait for the map to change for that to matter. And then maybe we fire up a new stream and test. 4K? I'm not sure. Or maybe we try another game in a minute. I need to test 4K at some point, but I can't do that in the same stream event, which is really freaking annoying. I mean, I say it's really freaking annoying. I think it's completely reasonable to not be able to do that. So, whatever, but. Alright. Let's queue up another match here. Yeah, but any stream you would have seen on YouTube of mine would have been 4K still. This is 1440, which has a little less bitrate target on YouTube, but we'll see. I am gonna have to do a version of this that uses Nvenc and stuff to compare, so we'll see. Actually, this tonight's probably just about experimentation, especially since it's already so late. And then I'll just do a bunch of unlisted tests doing like exact gameplay match for match comparisons of the different encoders. IMO racing games, yeah. I don't have one installed though. Oh, Lone Wolf Snipers? Yikes. Not on this mouse. I'm not used to this Corsair mouse. I usually use the Model O, and like, the mouse feels fine, but I can't get my DPI dialed in the way that it feels right. I'm making excuses. This is a test bench. This is quality test. I don't need to make excuses. Y'all should know at this point my Halo gameplay is usually pretty solid. I tried. Yeah, the motion blur, though, kind of muddies the ability to compare stuff, though. Rocket League's one of those with all the foliage that's kind of interesting to test, but it trashes every encoder, so it's also kind of not useful either there. The hell? Oh, you have a shotgun, too. Shotty snipes. Is streaming at 936p still worth it on Twitch? I would have never said it was worth it, so I can't speak for still, but my answer would be no. New Nvenc 1080p has looked great for a long time, especially now that pretty much everyone can get transcoding and thus do 8 megs. Where's my shotgun? Pull! Sometimes you have trouble pulling out, I guess. Ah. Alright, so this is back at 6 megabits per second. 1440p 60, 6 megs per second. Also passing through YouTube's encoding, transcoding. Tell me this doesn't look amazing. Like, genuinely, if you didn't think it doesn't look amazing, please tell me so I can have data. That wasn't one of those, I'm not gonna believe you. It's one of those, like, I need feedback. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Really? I missed? How is it I watched for so long? I look both ways across the street, go to cross the street, and still get hit by a car. I don't know why I shook so much there. I hit him, just not a headshot. Just reconfiguring my OBS. Yeah, I mean, I'd do 1080 to Twitch at this point. I know a lot of people that are anti-936p still preach 720p. I have never had complaints, and usually have people saying it looks great when I stream 1080p to Twitch. Tad blurry, but looks good, yeah. Honestly, I think the webcam has eaten up a lot of the data, but most people aren't gonna stream with just gameplay anyway, so it's fine. My like true side-by-side tests would be mostly raw gameplay, so I wanted to make sure I had some experience testing with Facecam too. Why does that reload not interrupt? Alright, I'm gonna push it back up to 8. We're gonna settle on 8 as like the perfect spot, with 6 as like what you can get away with, I think is what I'm gonna say. So output, bump it back up to 8, apply, back to my game, and we will try another game here as well. I installed Battlefield 2042, but I don't know, because that's harder to encode, but I don't know that it's gonna run, honestly. I got Splitgate, I got MCC, I got a few options. I don't have a ton of games on here. Yeah, so it gets blurrier, but you don't get, like, crazy blocking, which is important. There's a reason VMAP scores prefer encoding that is blurry but not blocky. Wow. I was trying not to scope in since I knew they'd be hard scoping. We got some decent clips in here. Nothing, like, amazing, but... Well, he got deleted from the game. Yeah, he left. How did he leave while he was strafing? I guess he got just DC'd. That sucks. I was about to take him out. He was strafing. Really? That shot didn't connect? Why am I invisible? That was weird. What was that delay on my shot, dude? What was... Did you see my... What is happening? Oh, you crouching mother... Alright, I give up. Alright, y'all vote in chat. Do you want to see how low bitrate we can go for 4K, or should I switch games? Because if I switch to 4K, we gotta reboot the stream. But... I am very excited to try either. I just got cross-sniped. I gotta wait on the 30, 45 second delay before I get your answer, but that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I'm at low bitrate for 4K. You want to see how low I can push it for 1440p first? We can do that. Okay, next match we're gonna go down to 4 megs per second. And we're just gonna keep cranking it down and see and see what happens. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. I'm glad we have Lone Wolves to test in, so I'm not, like, letting anybody down. I guess I'll go on and do it, so pull up my text. I thought you could change the text source, like, in the little source bar, but it's not letting me. Alright, we are decreasing to 4 megs per second. I am on quality presets, so like I can't push quality any further. Alright, this is 4 megs with the camera. I do want to see a preview of this. We are at 1080p 60 for the camera. I hate the auto white balance. It's just like rotating my skin through the color wheel at the moment. I do not have any changing lights. That is just the auto white balance having no freaking clue what to do with me. Yo, the webcam looks good! It's blurry, but it's not. It looks like a video. What? Oh, we're doing we're doing Hill? Oh, I didn't switch scenes. God darn it. This curse never goes away. I need to just not be allowed to do, like, any sort of test stream. That's fine. That was just an extended camera test. I need to not be able to do any kind of stream, test or otherwise, without giving Will, like, full control to switch scenes. I hate having OBS preview on a second monitor because even if it's a 60 FPS stream with no drops on a 60 Hz monitor, it always looks stuttery in the background. I don't know why. Okay, this one has a little bit of macro blocking, but it generally tries to get blurry. This is fascinating. So there is a setting in here that I can turn on called subjective video enhancements. I don't know if Matt is still here. He can tell me whether that would turn on midstream. I do not have that on. I think it's like AMD's like machine learned thing. Hopefully Matt's still in the chat. He may not be. Oh, that is some chunky frame rate on my end. Jeez, that dropped my frame rate so hard. I was getting Oreos. See? What good are ya? I have absolutely no idea. Alright. We'll turn it on when I die, and we can see if you notice anything. Admittedly, with the AMD feature, I noticed nothing, so... Ah! Alright, I'll turn it on. Subjective video enhancements on! We'll see if it made any difference. Answer probably not. I gotta quit taking the grav lift. It just completely destroys my frame rate. Honestly, I need to stream this side by side with a Twitch stream because at 4 megs at 1440p, I think this looks better than most 6 megs 1080p streams on Twitch. And the blurriness you could compare to streaming at 720p and the blurriness that happens there anyway. So that's freaking wild. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. If you change like CPU usage presets on X264, that doesn't work, so. Damn it. I guess I'm winning? Looks like blurring got more pronounced? Fascinating. It might be. I don't know what they're doing. It sounds kind of like what Streamlabs was always touting with their optimizations in Streamlabs OBS, but I don't imagine these little enhancements are actually doing anything worthwhile. I certainly didn't think so on AMD's, and I didn't even know this one existed until today. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off. Alright, it's off now. And then we're gonna push the bitrate even lower. We're gonna go to 2500 megabits per second. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we are stupid low now. We are at 2.5 megs per second. As in, I would tell you were crazy for streaming 1080p at this bitrate. And now I'm pushing 1440. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. It's still watchable. It is noticeably worse. But it is still watchable. What is happening? The future is gonna be amazing, ladies and gentlemen. That is all I can say for today. Am I ever gonna get this hill? How is this watchable right now? I am blown up on a 4K monitor over there too, for what I'm judging it on. It's not even native 1440 that I'm playing it back at. Game looks same, webcam way worse, grass looks really bad. Grass is always the first to go. But like if the overall image is still like, ah, they scored! After all that work. If the overall image is still watchable, like that's huge. Wow, how did he wasn't even aiming at me, bro. That is wild. Should I go lower? Should I go lower? Yeah, so this looks like what your average, like, console streamer Twitch stream would look like. Alright, we're gonna go stupid now. We're gonna go really stupid. One megabit per second. We are now streaming at 1 megabit per second. I gotta wait for YouTube to catch up for me to have any idea what it looks like. No, we were already at 2.5. We're at 1 now. Okay, it is very blocky, although it's more, like, smaller blocks than I would expect. The webcam looks fantastic when the game is still. Yeah, so this looks like what the ESL, or the Overwatch League, this looks like what the Overwatch League streams looked like for a long time. I used to make fun of them so much because they use these, like, insane hardware encoders from like old school broadcasting days, and it looks like this because it wasn't built for 60 FPS or for esports. That's about what this looks like, which means watchable for millions of viewers and millions of dollars being spent. Yeah, you're right, it would probably work at 720p. The problem is you always get transcoding, so 720p, just streaming native 720p probably looks like ass. That is my biggest problem. But it's still watchable. We're at 1 meg per second. I don't understand. Like, yeah, there are gonna be chunks where it doesn't look great, but like... Huh. This is insane, y'all. I was feeling nervous. I wasn't thinking that it was gonna live up to, like, what I was hoping for at the moment. This is mind-blowingly good. Then we can switch to dedicated camera mode here. This is better than AMD. I can't say that. All right, 500 kilobits per second or right, we will do it. The dedicated camera scene is almost completely free of artifacts. It's just blurrier. That is insane. I get it. It's more of a still talking head. That is insane. What? You cannot, yeah, you cannot tell this is a 1 meg stream right now. My mind is blown. All right, we're gonna do 500 kilobits per second just because I hate everything. 0.5. Whoops. I definitely streamed at 500 kilobits per second back in the day. Absolutely. All right, webcam for a sec. We are at 500 kilobits per second. All right, and into the gameplay scene. We are on the map Empyrean, which is a remake of The Pit, one of my favorite maps in any game of all time. Okay, that wasn't fair. This is game-changing for people. Alex, quit saying what I am about to say. I'm looking over at my preview. This still looks okay. Looks like a video CD. Yeah. Like, this is what my Star Trek Enterprise video CDs look like. I have those, like, right over here on my desk, actually. Because I was using them for, like, a different video. Except for that quality, video CDs would have been using at least, like, 2 to 3 megs per second for your video at 480i. Like, the bitrate difference in terms of, like, allocation is just insane. Yeah, I guess you're right. The 60 FPS gets the motion clarity up. Where's my grenades? I don't know how that second shot missed. That last one obviously missed. Now we gotta test this with NVIDIA's VSR. Yo, for real! I don't know if it'll work since it's a native 1440p stream. Does it upscale 1440p? Hysteric quality. This is 500 kilobits per second! I know I'm gonna use this. Ooh. I feel like my shots are going through people. This is really weird. I feel like I'm gonna clip some of these parts of me, like, reacting to this. And people are gonna be like, what the hell? It looks like dog doo-doo. Why are you excited? But, like... This is very much what, like, the RX 580 H.264 encoder looked like at 6 megs per second in some cases. And this is absolutely what plenty of Tarkov streams look like. Now, obviously, apples and oranges. I'm not streaming Tarkov, but... there are scenarios where this passes as watchable on Twitch today. Alright, we're jumping back up to 12 now. Alright, I'm marking it, but then I'm gonna switch back before we up it. That way, we can just go straight to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and type out the change, and then I'll click apply once we get into action. 12 megabits per second. Alright. Running around, still 500. Boop. Drop back. Apply, okay. Boop. Oh, with the no scope right as we enter a higher bitrate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Halo Infinite stream. It is I, Addy, the Epos Vox, the Ted Demolisher, the King Slayer, as it were, getting melted. I'm positive I can find a stream that looks worse than this right now on Twitch. Yeah. And they're streaming exponentially higher data to make it look that bad. I am looking at my preview, not at the game. Yeah, it gets real nice looking real quickly at 12. 12 is honestly overkill. I think YouTube's ingest recommendation tops out at 13 megs for 1440p. When you clicked apply, it was like HDMO engaged. It's when YouTube was buffering the wrong quality and kicks you over to HD. There's someone behind me now, too. Oh, thank you for saving my life. Get stuck! This looks like my 50 megabits per second stream. Yes. That is precisely the goal. You no longer have to stream at 50 megs per second. That is my point. Alright, after this match, we'll try Battlefield or something that's a little more difficult to encode. I know Halo is not always the hardest game to stream. I don't think my bullet hit him, so I don't know why the melee killed him. Why don't I just switch to the shotgun? That's why. I probably would have at least bodied that dude if I had the sniper out. Oh, Commando Pro is engaged! Well, that's also why we like the dynamic bitrate and faster ramp up in new OBS versions. Hell yes! Yeah, actually, that is a very good point. Thank you for bringing that up, because there are a lot of streamers who stream from really unstable internet connections. And dynamic bitrate, in some, like, prior to it being improved and introduced, obviously, and things like that, like, if your bandwidth dropped out, your stream is just over, and you lose all your viewers until you can kick it back up again. With this, even if your internet chokes you to 500 kilobits per second, you can still have a completely watchable stream in the meantime, and then when your internet clears back up, you just have the bonus of a really nice looking stream. Like, that's pretty wild. Alright, for fun, I'm going to increase it. We're gonna go all the way up to 50 now. Alright, we are now streaming at 50 megabits per second, max quality, for 1440. I think you can technically push higher, but it starts yelling at you. $50 megs per second. I'm betting you don't really notice a difference. Maybe in the webcam. How? How did I miss? Okay, you gain some clarity. The webcam definitely improves. The frame rate looks really bad on my preview monitor. I don't know what it is. Does it look smooth for you all? I'm not dropping frames, but it just doesn't look smooth over here. Oh! No discernible difference, yeah. Go all the way up to 50, then drop to 100. Okay. Well, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, and we were doing 12, but honestly, it looks like the ceiling is like 8 to 10 megs before you stop noticing a difference. And so literally, like, okay. We're gonna get in one more match. We're gonna do 50 down to 100. 50 megs down to 100 kilobits per second. Actually, I'll just do a custom game for that. And then we'll try another game real quick. So we are currently at 50. I guess I should have just put text up on screen. Yeah, YouTube's gonna be like, why is your bitrate swinging so high? I hate companies that, like, give review units but aren't, like, sponsors or whatever that expect such strict deadlines when it's just never realistic for me, and then they harp and harp on, like, updates, and I'm just like, the more you ask, the longer I'm gonna take. All right, so we were at 50 megabits per second. Wee, 50 megs, and we're gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it up. Oh, no, I want you to see the normal view. Okay, we're at 50 megs. We're gonna drop down to 100 kilobits per second. Are you ready? Get set. I wish I could apply it while still clicking in the game. Bip, 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 bip. Apply. Bip, 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 bip. I'm so scared. Overshield. Bleh. It probably looks fucking horrible, but especially with this overshield overlay. It doesn't look that bad. I just watched it change over. Like, it looks bad. Like, I wouldn't want to watch this. The overshield thing ain't helping. But you can still see what's going on. Are we sure this is 100? Oh. Yeah, that ain't working. It is showing in OBS 1500. Like it's like it's super variable now. I put in 100. I guess it can't go that low. Can OBS just not go that low? Like what? Or can it not change during stream that low? When I stop moving, it's streaming about 300 to 500. But when I'm moving, it bounces all the way back up to 1500. I don't know how do I limit that? Because I have it set to 100. Maybe if I turn it up to 200 and back down, like let's see if we can make it restrict itself. Yeah. It looks like if I go too low, it just kind of does its own thing. Because even at 200, it's streaming around like 800 to 1 meg. That's really weird. 500 was working. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the encoder may just be like, nah, bro. I ain't doing that. What if I do VBR, bitrate 100, max bitrate 200? I don't even know if I can switch rate control modes in midstream. Nope, it's not changing anything. Huh. Do you have dynamic bitrate enabled? Nope. Alright, what if we do CQP and set a CQP value of, I don't know, 50? That's still staying around a meg. I think it broke. Let me check the log. I would hope you can't change rate control modes while live. Oh, well that would suck. I'll set it back to CBR. Let's do, yeah, 100. Yeah, it's not working. I mean, the log just says settings changed, outputs, settings changed, outputs, settings changed, outputs. It doesn't give me like any confirmation on bit rates or anything. Huh. Yeah, the encoder may just not let you go that low, which I guess is fine. If you're gonna do that kind of low bitrate thing, you'd be doing it at, you know, with rate control, different rate control methods, but Alright, let's boop it back up to 4 megs and see if it actually locks to 4 megs. 4 megabits per second. Yep, that mostly did it. It's super variable. CVR does not work on this. It is all over the place. It's probably always been that way, but... Alright, this is 4 megs per second. Which is like increasing quality while saving bitrate on Twitch. I keep using the damn overshield. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. Here, let me kill myself. Oh, I can't kill myself. It's illegal. Oh, but the overshield's gone, so that's fine. Like, this looks great for freaking less bitrate than Twitch. Alright, let's try a different game. This is fascinating. Or, should we do 4K? Should we just give the stream a whole reset and do a 4K mode? No, I haven't messed with Arc on Linux at all. Last I heard, it hasn't been a great experience. Yeah, I'm gonna do a 4K one. 4K max bitrate in Battlefield. Yeah. Let's end this stream real quick, and I'll pop up a 4K one real quick. So stick with me. I'll post the link in Discord.